So I've been working on the Mark III and the steering issues that I was having. So I've got the long tie rods all pulled out. I did find the issue. The steering racks are a different length. So the VR6 steering rack is a different length than the 2-liter rack, and that's why I don't have the adjustability on the tie rod ends and why I'm running out of thread. I did find another set of tie rods with my parts guy that has more thread, like to say here. So I'm gonna cut a few threads off of here, off the end, and then be able to thread it on a little deeper to make up for that, because I'm not gonna change the steering rack. It's way too much work to change the steering rack at this point. So I'll just lop a little bit off the ends there so I can have a little bit of adjustability. And then while I was back here, I also did find that when I was in Utah, I overheated these brakes. I was doing a canyon run, and I didn't realize that the air density up there is so much different that it really affects the cooling on the brakes. So I was obviously hard on the brakes while I was cornering, came flying around a corner, and they were doing construction, had everybody stopped, and I had to slam on the brakes, and they got so hot they stopped working. These rotors were glowing for about 5 minutes straight and were smoking for about 10. I cooked the pads, so I already changed out the pads, and then when I was doing this stuff, I realized that I had some cracks on my rotor. You can see here and here that I cracked the rotor, so I ended up having to order new rotors, which I wasn't happy about. So I ordered some EBC rotors, which are far nicer than these ones. They were about 320 bucks, so not cheap, but kind of the name of the game sometimes when you're doing this stuff. But yeah, I'll get it all sorted out, get it all fixed and get it realigned. That way it stops eating up my tires. This is what it did to my tires. Having the toe out, this happened in this tire specifically, this happened in less than 1,000 miles. Before, it had happened on the driver's side. I took it in, I tried to get it realigned, and they couldn't adjust it because the tie rod ends were completely maxed out. Like they had threaded as far in as they could, and there's no thread left because they're bottoming out. So by taking off a few threads here, it will allow me to adjust farther this way and make up for that. And I do have another set of wheels I'm going to be throwing on, so that's not a big deal, but I got to get all this steering stuff figured out, taken care of, and then I'll take it back and get it realigned. But yep, a little update on Mark III. See you guys.